Welcome to another edition of the Headline. I am your host, Larry H. Gardner, and the A stands for... Hell no, it snowed in Atlanta last Friday? Okay, all right, so... All right, now, I'm on WNRV108.1.com. Nerve DJs, we get on your nerve. First of all, we're going to have the return of the Lions at the end of the show. I got to throw somebody into the Lions pit for real. But first, Miss Maya Eanes has joined me to co-host the show today. Thank you, Maya. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Larry. How you?
I'm fine. How was your New Year?
My New Year was actually amazing. I spent it working, and then my boys popped up on me at work, so it was amazing. It was amazing. How was your New Year's?
My New Year was pretty much uneventful. That's pretty much about all I can say about that. It was uneventful.
Okay. Well, happy 2025.
Yep. Right. So, the human T-Rex is in the building, the ones and twos. It is a balmy 18 degrees.
Amen.
Out here. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's January. That's all I can say. It's January at this particular time. January in Cleveland.
Absolutely.
And so the thing about it is that right now we are show enough. By the way, for anybody that wants to know the condition of my mom, Anita France, I would like to say that she is doing better than expected.
Amen.
But she is not. She's gonna be in a long convalescence. So the thing about it is that she's gonna be is gonna be longer than expected. So just keep the family in the prayers. That's all I gotta say. Just keep family in the prayers at this
Definitely
particular time.
will.
Yeah, just keep the family in the prayers for right now. I know it's needed. So just keep the family in the prayers. Also, rest in peace to Niles McKinney, the keyboardist for the band with no name. I forgot to mention that last week. I wanted to mention that this week. Shout out to DJ Jelly Gel. That's her dad. So I was like, I'm sorry if blame it on my head, not my heart. You know, when I got the news about mom, it got me a little bit off kilter, but it is what it is. So as of right now, we have some news in sports. First of all, shout out to the Glenville Tar Blooders football team for winning another state division championship. You got to give it out to the boys. It was at City Hall last week. Just give it up to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
My boys.
Exactly.
Them my boys.
So,
My boys.
thank you very much for that. And also, speaking of football teams that are winning, shout out to the Ohio State Buckeyes going on to the national championship against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. You can catch that on January 20th. There's a lot of stuff you can catch or not catch on January 20th. Mm-hmm. The inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump after he was convicted of the charges, but he's not serving any jail time, so he has to do another punishment, or I don't know how this is going to work, but it is what it is. So the thing about it is like, you know, he's going to be inaugurated on January 20th. Also, it's Martin Luther King Day. So everybody's attending except for one notable omission. Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of the United States, you know, married to Barack Obama, who will be attending the inauguration. She says she will not be attending. So what are your thoughts on that now, Maya?
Everybody has their perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell y'all since day one, you know, stand in your power. If that's what she feels she needs to do in regards to her integrity of who she is and what she stands for, I'm not against it. You know, but my thing is this: if we want a nation to come together, we have to start coming together. You know, like it's not your point of candidate. It's been a lot of presidents that I didn't like, but in regards to that, I had to stand in integrity and realize what I can bring to the table to be the change. So it's sad because you should stand next to your husband through thick and thin, for goodness and bad. But hey, I ain't Michelle.
It is what it is. So it is what it is at this particular point in time. My whole thing is this. This is just me. I'm just going to be very honest about the whole situation. It's a lot. But the thing about it is like right now, we just got to make sure that, however you feel about the next 4 years, listen, it's happening. And if you feel some type of way on it being on Martin Luther King Day, which a lot of people do, including me, don't watch it. You have the choice.
Choice is yours.
Yeah, the Cavaliers game come on at 3:30. The national championship come on with Ohio State.
And
you
got options.
You got options. So you got if you don't want to watch the ops, you got options. Yeah. Shout out to Kendrick. So.
Bye, man. That was a good one.
You're like, hey, what? You're like, I don't want to watch the ops. I got options. I got options. So I'm
gonna watch some of my Tar-Blooded boys that's at Ohio State. That's my option.
Yeah.
They making history for the city.
Exactly. So, speaking of Ohio, by the way, a lot of people said, well, since J.D. Vance, who's the vice president, is going to be sworn in, he's trying to watch Ohio State. Listen, J.D., do me a favor. I don't want you to jinx this. Don't mess this up for the rest of us. We are it's already bad enough for the Browns, the Bengals not being in the playoffs. By the way, the Baltimore Ravens beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs. A couple of playoff they beat them it was 21-0 before Pittsburgh scored their first one.
Yes.
So, to all you Steeler fans, I'm sorry. I had to bring that up.
They'll be watching it right from the couch we will be.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing about it is they want to fire Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. I don't know what the hell that is about, but
I'm tired of that.
They always you're gonna do it. Speaking of firings, for in sports, the Dallas Cowboys and coach Mike McCarthy have parted ways. That means he's no longer coaching the Cowboys. That means they're trying to make room for another coach. Possibly trying to hire Deion Sanders from Colorado, coach primetime in Dallas.
That'll be what's up.
I don't know if you're going to do it, but the thing about it is the Dallas Cowboys do have the number 12 pick in the draft. They are trying to change. The Cleveland Browns have the number 2nd pick in the draft. Mm-hmm. There are rumors that the Cowboys are trying to get that pick so they can pick up Deion's quarterback son, Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, yeah, he leaving then.
So if that happens, then yeah.
But you got to remember, it's divine timing, and coaching is about who you are. So if he coming with that same spirit he had at Colorado, I don't see why not. And it's his legacy is in Dallas. So
right. Speaking of parents, in Ohio, Ohio House Bill 8 passed the Parents' Bill of Rights. It would require, get this, to have the school to let parents know about the sexuality content materials, give parents a chance to review them, and give parents the option to request alternative instruction. That means that they would give it says the amendments would recently made an HB8 change the bill's original language from sexually explicit content to sexuality content, which is defined as oral and written instruction, presentation, image, or description of sexual concepts or gender ideology. So what do you think about this bill passing? And Governor DeWine already signed it, so.
I mean, my thing is this. One, it depends on who's teaching it and how self-aware they are as an individual and as a person. Then two, it gives parents the time to be able to interact in their child's education versus on what they see, how they feel, because it's all spiritual, So hopefully it's a good thing. Hopefully everybody will step up and be the change that they need to see within the school system.
Exactly. So the thing about it is it's the parents' right to choose some religious stuff like that, I mean, with all the stuff that's going on, this takes away from the normal health class, which I watched, and it was taught by my gym teacher back in junior high school. So, I mean, I don't know if other states are going to do this, but a lot of people are saying, they didn't want it to pass because it takes the freedom away from the teachers to teach their curriculum or whatever they want. But listen, parents should get more involved in their particular studies anyway.
Yes, I'm well involved in my son's studies, and what he does. But then, like I tell you, I'm a rebel, so I take a holistic approach to things as it comes. Because, like I say, I'm not my son. I'm not in his body. I think that's the biggest misconception that we try to do, is because they're children that they don't have a feeling, they don't have a soul, or they don't know what they want, and that's the struggle right now. So at the end of the day, get involved.
Exactly.
You know, give options.
And a lot of people are probably scared of the transgender, LGBTQIA community, you know, right now. And it's like, I believe in the freedom of choice anyway. But the thing about it is like, you know, if you concerned about your children, you know, study with them, period.
Yeah.
So my thoughts and feelings are like, do I think that changing the content is unfair in the legislation? Yes, but the thing about it is Ohio is a red state, and we already know the reason why it was changed. So it is what it is at this particular time. Any other thoughts on their mind?
Nope.
No more. All right. Speaking of Ohio, getting right down to it.
Let's go.
Now, the city of Cleveland has gotten grants up to $150 million for lakefront to revitalize the lakefront, considering the simple fact that also the city of Cleveland is suing the Browns for moving 15 minutes up the way to Brook Park, Ohio. We knew that suit was going on.
Right.
So what are your thoughts about, you know, what's been going on, you know, with that?
My thing is, I go to the lake all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I go there every morning, you know. So my thing is, that much money, is it a priority for Cleveland right now?
To renovate the lakefront?
Yeah. My thing is it a priority? What's the details in this, you know? So, because like I say, we get all these fundings for this, but then we need funding over here for that. So
exactly.
My thing is like, how are they gonna put this in? Like what's the plans when we got this money for the new stadium? So we got to figure out if the new stadium gonna go. You know, it's like a lot of deals. It's like because that bridge helps the state. Like if we get a brand new stadium there, that's gonna help everything. If we go to Brook Park, like how are we gonna build this without the stadium? So that's why it's kind of crazy.
But then I got this wild idea.
What's that?
Let's hear it.
Okay, so me being in the football community and like helping organizations with certain things, I say that if you are gonna move the main stadium to Brook Park and you're gonna leave the regular stadium here, won't you open it up to where we can have games there for the youth?
High school football games?
High school football, like for instance, I'm not gonna lie, like the last time I was at the Brown Stadium, I was literally manifesting that Glenville particularly could utilize that as a stadium for games.
That would be dope.
I ain't mad at that. I mean,
that's a lot of maintenance and a lot of overhead.
I mean, it's a lot of maintenance, a lot of overhead, but it's capable. You know what I'm saying? It's capable of being done. And just think about how much you're manifested to their dreams.
So that's the thing. If they got this $80 million to renovate, like, are we gonna tear the stadium down? Or are we gonna build? So that's like this is crazy. What's going on?
Yeah, it is nuts. And the fact of the matter is that Mayor Bibb is using Modell's law. You know, the late owner Art Modell, the Browns, who moved the Browns to Baltimore years back in 1990. 95, and then we got our Cleveland Browns expansion team in 1999, and they suck since. So, but like with a couple of playoff appearances. Yeah. So also speaking of quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, the Browns quarterback, has ruptured his Achilles again.
Yeah, that's because everybody hating on him. That's what happens when everybody talking crazy over your name. And they weren't even with you when all of this stuff happened, so they don't even know the truth of nothing.
So the thing about it is the Cleveland Browns did get insurance.
Did they?
Yes, it's to cover his salary through the 2025 season, as long as he doesn't step on the field in 2025. I think the insurance covers $50 million, so it does not hit anything towards the cap.
Okay.
So the thing about it is like if they do a quarterback of the future in the draft, there's a couple of them, you know, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward of Miami, some others. Also, Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter is also in that particular draft, so we know what's what. So Right now, it's a wait and see. Just listen. I don't care where y'all move the Browns to, Brook Park, Cleveland. You want to keep them downtown, move them to Brook Park. Put a better damn product on the field. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what I want. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's all we want. That's all we want. I mean, draft some Ohio State players, for Christ's sake. You see what they doing over there.
But you got to remember, Cleveland needs to clean up. The fans, we need to clean up our act. You can bring Deion Sanders here. You can bring his son here. You could bring the Heisman man here. But as soon as they make a bad play or as soon as they do something that we don't like, what we do? We trash them. And that's the only problem that we're having. Like I say, you can't expect a championship without a mindset. You got to alchemize every situation, and it has to start. You have to be interdependent, going within first and then bringing it out. Right. So Cleveland got this great cloud right now. You know, we love our sports. We diehard fans. We're loyal. But at the same time, we don't know how to speak to each other in the midst of being a human during a game and making human mistakes. Right. So you don't be trashing the boys. Like, whoever come here, you got to embrace them. You got to, like our quarterback who helped Jameson. Like Winston. I'm sorry. Yes, him. He actually blocked out everybody. Do you realize that?
The only thing that we want him to block out is throwing it to the opposing team. But yeah.
But guess what? If everybody had his mindset, we can get somewhere. Look at the Cavs. They not thinking about nobody. Because why? It's not. This sports things is personal.
By the way, the Cavaliers are playing the Indiana Pacers tonight. Even though the Indiana Pacers beat them on Sunday, the Cavaliers are whopping 33-5 and have the best record in the National Basketball Association. Shout out to Donovan Mitchell, Darius, Jared, and Evan Mobley. All four of them should be all-stars. I put in my vote. Speaking of on fire, unfortunately, I got to talk about the California forest fires. We had snow in Atlanta and Alabama.
Yes.
But the forest fires have raged on, destroying billions and billions of property damage, costing lives of 11 people, possibly more, and putting so many people homeless. There was this one woman, broke my heart, Maya, that she just looked at her whole house and car, and it was ash and char.
But then you had this guy who built his home, and nothing burnt up, or everything around it burnt up except for his house. And like I tell people, like California, I love Cali. I had a chance to go there twice. One in 2021, and then last year I went to Cali. Cali got a lot of healing that needs to go there. It's like at the end of the day, I feel so bad because I would never want to be in that position. But spiritually wise, everything in regards to that state in a whole, when you go there and see that you see all these homeless people and it's so much space. Come on, Kylie. Like, what did you my thing is what did you expect to happen?
Well, all I'm saying is that climate change is real because
Period.
Look at how cold that Atlanta, who never gets any snow, pretty much had to shut down the city. Atlanta and Alabama had to shut down the city because of the simple fact of the matter is it got under 30. Mm-hmm. So usually we walk in this stuff under 30. Right now it's 18 here. Wind chill factor would make it like 5. So It's, one side of the country is hot, one side of the country is cold. I don't know where the gray area is. I don't know.
The gray area, like I tell people once again, what if that's the new norm? What if this is your norm?
But the climate?
Yeah. What if Atlanta? Everybody say it don't never do this. How you know it never did that? You've only been here for how many years? You know, it's how you gonna adjust. Like I tell people, it's been cold in Cleveland. What I did, I just add more layers. You know what I'm saying? I added more layers. Right. I armored up.
You gotta do that. Exactly. You gotta arm up against this winter because the snow was gonna keep falling all the way probably until Thursday. So look out for it. All I'm doing is just listen. It
was 11 days in a row under 32.
Ooh.
Crazy.
It is. So
1 through 11 was under 32. That's how we started the year off.
What you think the meaning behind that though?
No, that's just Cleveland and winter.
It's just listen.
We've been lucky. We've been spoiled that it hasn't been snowing, and now it finally snows. That's just how it works.
Yep.
People.
It's
Everybody getting snow.
Right.
It snowed in Atlanta before. It just ain't. Yeah, like she said, people just weren't old enough to see it. It snowed in Atlanta before.
It snowed.
Yeah, it did. So it's gonna.
Just like it had hurricanes. Just the thing is, we get too comfortable. We think, it's about to snow, and then it like how we had that. We was looking for the snow during the winter, and it's like, it's about to snow. It's around that time, and then it don't happen. Everybody, like, what's going on? That's life.
No, it does. It's like, why is it snowing like this? This is what y'all wanted. Here it is. So
hey, I don't make excuses. I make adjustments.
Exactly. That's a new slogan. Don't make excuses. Make adjustments.
Make adjustments.
Exactly. Adapt to perish in this mug. So that's pretty much the main thing. So a lot of people have talked about, the LA Rams and Minnesota Vikings playoff game was moved to Glendale, Arizona because it was supposed to happen in LA, but due to the wildfires, it didn't. There's a lot of people, there's been other firefighters from other cities, like in countries. Mexico has loaned their firefighters to
prisoners.
And of course the prisoners have been asked to fight the fires. I don't know if they get commuted off their sentence when they do this, but
I've seen Chris Brown make a statement that they should, and then I seen that Kim Kardashian was trying to ask them to get more pay because they were getting like cents compared to $1. So now she's asking them to get like $10 an hour for being out there fighting the fires, and I'm like, I think they're still human.
Yeah.
And you're utilizing them for the sake of humanity, and they're making a change.
Chris Brown has also said that, they should have a parade or a celebration once these fires are over with to celebrate the firefighters in LA, the Palisades, all across California, which I totally agree with Chris about that. Speaking of Kardashians, however, Khloe is blaming the mayor of LA, who's an African-American woman, for cutting down the fire budget, which didn't happen. Khloe, be quiet. We don't need you to talk. Shut it. Keep your mouth shut. All right, Khloe. You got a baby with Tristan Thompson, who's got many babies around the way. Shout out to Tristan, though. But the thing about it is, Khloe, calm down.
That was hate, but
calm down.
That was. He threw a little shade.
Listen. Khloe needs not to talk about the mayor of anybody. I don't know what it is about the Kardashians thinking they can say anything that they want.
But my thing is, that's a natural cause. You can't. That's like somebody trying to stop a hurricane.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, if it's gonna happen, you gotta let it happen. You just get out the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What she was gonna do? What can she do?
Right. You gonna blame the mayor for the snowstorm?
You can't. You can't. Some things is just out of your control, and you gotta just.
You can't. The thing about it is, like, if it happens, it's going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. I gotta give a couple of shout outs. First of all, Laura Cowan, who is the domestic violence advocate, who has been a guest and everything. Her day is the girl girl in the garage. Her story about her abuse is going to be on Lifetime. There's a showing January 29th at the East Cleveland Public Library. Ask about that. It's going to be January 29th. Shout out to Laura Cowan. And also shout out to Dolores Gray, Dolores Gray, who has been who was sworn in this past Monday as the new student on the student board for District 11. She was sworn in, so Dolores is official. Congratulations to her. 2 Black Fists up for Dolores and Laura, black women doing it. You probably didn't get if you voted for Kamala, you didn't get the election results you wanted.
You forget one more.
What's that?
Wait.
I said Laura.
Okay, my bad.
I mentioned Laura and Dolores. No, Dolores Cowan.
We used to be one big family. I miss both of y'all. Shout out to both of y'all.
Thank you very much. Shout out to Laura and Dolores. And Dolores said that she was sending me a text, sending me a messenger about her going to Columbus to being sworn in. Shout out to Dolores. Shout out to Laura for your premiere, getting your story on air Yeah. Lifetime, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Power
big.
and testimonies now.
Power in communication, power in content. Mm-hmm. So, speaking of power in content, I got something for y'all. So, the Greater Cleveland Association of Black Journalists is having a ceremony February 22nd, 2025 at the Cleveland History Center, 10825 East Boulevard in Cleveland, Ohio, from 6 to 10 p.m. It is be inducted into for the inaugural Hall of Fame for the Greater Cleveland Association of Black Journalists. Inaugural Hall of Fame. And the thing about it is like, since we are having our convention here, the National Association of Black Journalists convention here, somebody has been nominated for Digital Journalist of the Year.
Ooh.
Guess who that is?
Who?
Me!
All right, Larry!
I have been nominated for Digital Journalist of the Year. Shout out to Rhonda Crowder and Associates for sending me that email this morning, considering the week that I had going back and forth to Metro Health as far as with my mom. You know, the thing about it is I have been nominated. The ceremony is February 22nd. I am hoping and I am praying that I pull this out and bringing this award home.
Yes.
The Digital Journalist of the Year. There's been a couple of people that have been nominated, and the great Lynn Tyler has been nominated for being post-mortem disc jockey of the year. So that ceremony is going to be from the Cleveland Historical Museum on East Boulevard and February 22nd. And also, speaking of relatives and friends, I'm going to celebrate my uncle, Easter Brown. He's going to be at 1899. That's the new thing in Van Aken. He is celebrating 81 years on this earth.
I know that's
81. Like, you can say anything. My uncle said something to me. Even if I get offended, I can't really say, you spent 81 years on this earth. What can I say? I can't listen.
You can't say nothing.
I can't say a damn thing.
I'm saying with the elders, is like, I love the elders. They keep it real. They straight to the point, and they done seen a lot of things that I'm still discovering. Wow, 81.
81.
All right, let's go.
All right, so Uncle Easter Brown, I'm going to go to the brunch at 11. You know, listen, I got to dress nice. I know it's going to be a little bit chilly.
You got to put on your Sunday best.
Right, so for Saturday, it's Saturday, but the thing about it is like, anything you want to say before we go to break, Maya?
Larry, give us some wisdom. What keeps you going? What tell us, what's the motivation behind? Because I've been watching you on Facebook, and you be everywhere. Mm-hmm. What's the wisdom? What have you gained?
I feel like I'm being questioned, like I'm being interviewed.
Hey,
you know what? The thing about it
why
is,
not?
It's knowledge. That's pretty much what it is. It's
okay.
Trying to gain, not just because you live a long time doesn't mean you can't learn something new. Amen. You know, my uncle at age 65, the same uncle I just talked about, you know, he was learning how to use, you know, the computer and fractions and things of that nature. So remembering that.
Wow.
Also, you just got to remember that you can always, it's something new every day, like new music content.
Yep.
Speaking of content, like I said, we got to throw somebody to the lions, and then we come back. I'm going to talk about Cameron and Jim Jones. Maya, they beefing. I don't understand. Like,
they
y'all
messy.
Exactly. So
yeah, I can't wait for this one.
We come back. We're gonna talk about that. So
yeah, let's go.
We'll be right back on WNRV 108.1.com. Nerd DJs, we get on your nerves with the headline eye.
This is WNRV 108.1.
I think I'm in too deep. Must be the Hennessy. You got me started, too broken hearted, fucked up my energy. Oh, yeah. Make me wanna put on all black. Make me wanna go and spin back, right back, yeah. Why you got me talking like that? Why you got me wanna do a thing like that, yeah. You done crossed the line one too many times. Whoa. crash out, smash your shit. Make me go bad, bad, yeah. Make me go bad, bad, yeah. This the last time you call me bitch. I'ma show you what crazy is, yeah. Hop in the range, I pull up and pop out. Stand on them things, that shit that you top out. Sirens and things, they calling the cops out. Don't play no games, now you tryna hide out. Make me wanna go and run down on a nigga. Pushing on my buttons till it's time to pull the trigger. Call my down bitch, she gon' ride with me. And I never got a question, she gon' slide with me. Make me wanna put on all black. Make me wanna go and spin back, right back, 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 yeah. Why you got me talking like that? Why you got me wanna do a thing like that, that, yeah. You done crossed the line, one too many times. Ooh, whoa. Now I'm going blind on my left eye. Make me go bad, bad, yeah. Make me go bad, bad, yeah. Make me wanna pop up at your crib. Boy, I'm finna crash out, smash your shit. Make me go bad, bad, yeah. Make me go bad, bad, yeah. This the last time you call me bitch. I'ma show you what crazy is, yeah.
What's up? It's your girl, Arthur Ivy Lee. Tune into the Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
Looking to grow or expand your business?
Yo, bro, you read my mind.
Well, we have the perfect solution for you. Your business needs are important, and so is your advertising. Here at WNRV Power 108.1, we have marketing solutions for all your business needs and affordable pricing to keep you in the green. Give us a call today at 216-702-0688. That's 216-702-0688. Or email us at WNRVPower1081@gmail.com today.
Wagwan, this is Miss BBC, your reggae woman. Make sure you tune into the Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
We got the music. Now we got the app.
We worldwide, baby.
Get the app at WNRV1081app.com. This is WNRV 108.1.
It's a midsummer night hour, and I'm thinking about you, babe, wanting you. I wish you could catch a jet plane. I know you would if only you could, but finances ain't what we'd like, and sometimes we have to sacrifice. Cause I know it's hard over there where you are, cause it's raining over here on the inside of my room. Passion and desire, baby. Innumerable fires, honey. Oh, I got for you, you know that is true. Come see me. I feel like I've been waiting eternity for you to touch me. I can see it in my mind's eye, how right and true this love will make. And ooh, if you ever believed in anything, believe this is true. I am your woman, baby, and you are my man too. Passion and desire, baby.
All right, we have returned. That is Jill Scott. I had to play that song. It's one of the smoothest songs ever. You know, you like it. I hopefully you figured this. You could. You ever thought about singing like Jill Scott, Mike?
Yeah, I try. I ain't that good at singing, but I try.
You try. All right, so right now we have speaking of entertainers, we have two, I guess the founding members of, was Jim Jones on Dipset?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Dipset with Jules Santana and Cameron. Cameron and Jim Jones are going back and forth. They said, you know, Cam has a show with Mace, the store show called It Is What It Is. You know, they have a podcast. They've been doing it for 6 years. And, you know, Cam said that Jim's not from Harlem. He was a fan and everything else like that, apparently.
See, Larry, you don't even know where all this argument comes from.
Right, well, fill me in.
So Jim Jones did an interview with Justin LeBoy.
Okay, LeBoy, okay.
Justin LeBoy is a big influencer, Instagram, whatever, blogger. And that was his first show, and his first show was with Jim Jones.
Fill me in, T-Ray.
And then Jim Jones it was a good interview. And then he was talking about a whole bunch of stuff from back in the day. Then Cam was on vacation. So when Cam back from vacation on Monday, he aired all the beans out. And that's what happened. That's why we here Tuesday talking about it on the headline.
Oh my God! So what do you think about this whole situation?
Oh no, I mean it's just crazy. Like growing up on their music, listening to their stuff, and like how they beefing right now, it's kind of sad.
It is sad because it's like it's two men. Like heal that childhood wound. Y'all grown men, you know. At this point, Cam, you got children. May supposedly went and found God. So, like, let's just get to the unity part. Like I'm tired of everybody arguing, and not only that, you guys are like. This is my biggest thing. When I became
the first time, that's crazy.
This is not the first time they had it out.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, but do it man to man. Do it behind closed doors. Like, I'm encouraging black men to get together, give each other a hug, air it out, tell you what the problem is, so that we can know if it was your ego. You know, at the end of the day, we shouldn't be having these problems and showcasing it on a platform when we should be supposed to be showing these children that you need to come together. If that's your brother, talk to your brother. It's just like you being in a home.
And make dope music. That's
the
great
thing.
Music. They over here gossiping on these podcasts.
Y'all gossiping like females.
They need to get together and make these dope tunes.
And I'm just tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing men go at each other because you don't see other cultures do that. You see what I'm saying? And you don't see other ones. And I'm not saying that you compare yourself to other cultures, but there's a type of integrity that you need to have as a black man in this world, especially in this country. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't even know if my son even have role models. So now it's just to the point where I tell him, go find God. And when you find God, you'll find yourself. And then when you find yourself, you don't care what, who, when, where, why, how. And then you'll be able to forgive your brother and move on because you might need him.
Right. Where does 50 Cent land in this?
50 been chilling. He been creating. He been turning all his pain into product.
Yeah, 50 caught it straight because he was just on camera interview with 50 Cent.
Right.
And 50 Cent, I mean, yeah. 50 Cent was just telling Cameron how he used Jim Jones against him when they was in the beef. So it's pretty dope, and that's all it's stirring around from 15 years ago.
Right, 50 is a troll. We already know this.
But he's a mind control because they allowed it. And then he sat there and told you what he did.
Right. But it was marketing because 50 had a residency in Las Vegas, so it's pretty dope. And Cameron and May's show is in Vegas, so that's pretty dope. It was all marketing. It's pretty dope marketing.
It did pick up some stuff, but I just wish that sometimes you didn't have to resort to that. And a lot of people who went to 50 Cent's show in Vegas said that it was dope. He did his thing as far as that. So why don't we just go ahead and start making music and not trying to throw people under the bus? Like I mentioned last week, about the Joy Taylor scandal, blah, 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 with FS1 and how she was like sleeping her way up to the top. A lot of people were saying that. And then, Skip Bayless trying to pay $1.5 million to his stylist for some type of, sexual favors and things like that. Now, guess who stepped into the fray?
Ooh.
Jason Whitlock.
Ooh.
The fat version of a coon. Has stepped in and say, well, I would never sleep with Joy Taylor. And I'm thinking to myself in my instinct.
it's not that he would, he can't.
Right.
Period.
Thank you, T-Rex. I was about to be the bad guy and say it like she wasn't thinking about you. She didn't want your walrus behind. She didn't care.
Not even a hater.
She
And a fan.
she can't. She wouldn't see herself messing with you. She would mess with Cowl and Cowhead
Exactly.
before she messed with you.
Yeah.
Anybody else besides you, Jason, you was not in the conversation when it came to the list of people that she wanted to allegedly hop on pop to
But my
go
thing-
on top.
But my thing is this: is she doing her job though? Does she do her job well?
Yeah, she do.
Yeah.
Is she actually doing her
She
job?
doing her job and she bringing in the ratings because she pretty. She really pretty.
And not only that, but do she know her job?
she know
Yeah,
her
she
job.
know her
So my
job.
thing
brother
is,
a-
why is
brother might
everybody
be a
in
Hall
her
of Fame.
personal life?
Because she pretty.
Because
they hate pretty women.
Okay, there's
crazy.
And that's
she's-
the moral of the story.
She's a mixture of African American and everything else like that. Joy Taylor is the sister of Jason Taylor, former Miami Dolphins linebacker, pretty much Hall of Famer or defensive linebacker / defensive end. So the thing about it is she knew sports because her brother played it. So the thing about it is like you can't get too mad. Listen, I'm not mad at the woman. You know, whatever she does in her personal life is my business. Is not
She
my
probably
business.
shot down everybody. That's why everybody.
But then my
mad.
thing is this: that says more about them than would it ever say about her.
What you mean?
Because how is her business getting out like that?
It was
Because it's a lawsuit.
It's a lawsuit.
A lot of
Like,
people-
yeah, it was just people throwing on people on the.
And that's what
everybody
I'm
throwing
saying.
everybody underneath the bus.
And that's what I'm saying. Ain't that sad?
Oh yeah, when you
It's
on
very,
top,
you know
get
what?
lonely at the top.
Right, it's very sad. You know, the thing about it is, you know, she was married to somebody caused a divorce. I don't know what's going on with that. Here's my
People
thing.
get divorces every day.
Right,
B.
right. Here's my thing. Here's my thing, though. Here's my thing.
Tell him, Larry.
And as far as Whitlock goes, nobody cares what you think. Nobody gives a damn what you think. Nobody wants. Stephen A. Smith pretty much called you the B word more times than Dr. Dre did on all of his songs on his podcast, Stephen A. Smith Show, when he called you out for being a sellout to your own people and everything else. When LeBron James had the N-word wrote on his L.A. home while he's still in Cleveland, Whitlock said, "Oh well, it's nothing," and blah blah blah. You throw every single African American athlete, personality, everybody under the bus, and you're blacker than me, sir. But the thing about it is like, and you do this to get likes and ratings, and you are like, listen, you foul mouth, dirty, skilling skank of a man. You don't care as long as you get the ratings and kiss the Caucasians behind. That's all you want to do. You were never involved in this. You should never have been involved in this. And I don't even know why you even put yourself in a position to where you wasn't going to get yourself in that particular position. Nobody wants you.
Messy.
Just being
It's
a
just
big
mess.
old mess.
But the thing is, that's what I tell other people, everything's spiritual to me. So that's just what you ask for. You want to, instead of being yourself, instead of minding your business, instead of just staying in your lane, you came over in somebody else's lane and you trying to tell them how to drive their car. So at the end of the day, it's not your car to drive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, just like, stop. It's getting so feminine out here. It's ridiculous.
Like, leave them drugs. Like, I don't know. It might be drugs. I don't know. Leave them drugs alone.
It's called self-care.
Right. So.
And then now you opened up a door, so because it's gonna be your turn, you gonna take your L because you're trying to make somebody take an L that wasn't your L to even see.
So, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the course of, you know, as far as dealing back with, you know, these controversies. You know, there have been people, men and women, both, who have equally did some unscrupulous things to get to the top of the ladder. Why is like, if you're going to expose certain people, you might as well expose everybody. I mean, you did expose Skip, you know. By the way, his Undisputed is off the air. So
Yeah, expose yourself first.
right.
It would be better if people expose themselves first and then try to expose.
I don't want to see some people expose themselves.
But my thing is, those who I don't either. But you would feel better about somebody. Like, you couldn't be mad at somebody, be like, well, I told my business, and then now I'll feel better about that. But don't talk about me and keep your stuff under the table. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how we move in this culture. We gonna sit there and talk, and it's like you weren't even there. How you even know it happened? What if the person lied?
All right.
You don't know.
Exactly.
You wasn't there.
So speaking of exposed, I'm about to expose somebody. T-Rex.
Uh-oh.
It's 2025. I need my lions to eat somebody. They had to come out the den for somebody. And then after the lions devour this particular person, I want you to give the opinion of what this person has done. So please, my guy.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
The lions in the wild.
Wow, and they hungry. I know they are. All right. So police arrested a Virginia nurse 2 weeks ago, and Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotham, and charged her with malicious wounding and felony child abuse in November 2024, inciting involving another newborn. Investigators are now looking at this woman, Erin Strautman, has injured this nurse version of a Karen has injured 5 African American infants during her care in the prenatal care unit, and these are newborn babies. Listen, you dirty, stinking, nasty woman.
And where you said it happened at?
This happened in Virginia.
Burn it all down.
Right. So the thing about it is, like, please, she has been arrested. Throw her ass under the jail. As a father, as a parent, you're going to injure. Oh, you didn't touch the white babies. You injured the black ones. Lions, kill her. Kill this woman. Kill her with everything you got. Devour her. Make sure get all the kill this woman. Die. You don't do this to no babies.
Nah.
Babies? Are you kidding me?
It's 2 things in life I don't play with: Mother Nature, God, and children.
Exactly.
Cause that'll cause.
Lions a fool.
That caused the lions then to, yeah.
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 Yeah. So I don't care. Listen, shout out to Charlamagne the God for making her, I guess, jackass of the day.
Okay.
It's like the thing about it is, and I'm gonna say this: I threw her to the lions, but I agree with Charlamagne to a certain extent. You know, you don't have to throw her in jail. Just just make her face the parents of the 5 children that you broke bones on.
Yeah.
Like, she just gonna have to catch a fade.
She created an altar for herself.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you gotta stand. But the thing is, her conscience is gonna mess her up.
That's
so even if you take her to jail, the jail that's inside her head is gonna jack her up.
Right. Well, what would you do if you saw her and she did that to your child?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, back in the day, like around when my son was born, I probably would have crashed out. Because I crashed out on a couple people. Like, my son was treated horrible when he was a kid, when he was a baby, and that was in the schools, in the daycare. Crashed out. Me and my mom ready to just burn it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But who I am now, yes, I will be hurt. You know what I'm saying? I would be tremendously devastated. But the God that I believe in, I'm going to eat her up with just grace. I ain't gonna lie. As much as it would hurt me at night, as much as, and it's just being transparent, but I'm gonna give her grace, because at the end of the day, like I said, that conscious mind, when you gotta sit down and it's 3 a.m. and it's all dark in there and it's just you, it's a chance.
I probably would have. I listen. Jalen probably would have been different because, and Maya, you know my son's mother.
Yes.
So
Charlene ain't going for that.
buddy, correct.
There's one thing I know about Darlene. Baby, listen, she ain't going. And then you made a choice to make it just one specific area, and then you pick mine. Yeah, she probably gonna be like I would have been back when my son was born, like ready to catch these hands. So
the thing about it is, like, listen, I might hold her down. Me and the stepdad might hold the woman down. You're like, go ahead.
And you would have to.
Right. Like, I would have to like hold the nurse down while she crashed out on it. Like, listen, look, it's like Officer, she was with me the whole time. I don't give a damn. I'm making excuses.
Ain't no adjustment.
Ain't no
adjustment
adjustment. Making
on this
excuses like I'm just an alibi. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So the thing about it is like this woman has been charged with felony wounding of infants. Okay. You know, so she is thrown in jail. Her license has pretty much been revoked at this point.
But what is a license nowadays?
I don't know. I mean, the thing about it is we got a felon that's going to be president, so all the felony stuff should be taken off any other application. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Right.
But the thing is that when you're in a position being a nurse, and now people trust you. People trust you, especially with the seniors, with their parents. If they're sick, I gotta trust the team now for my mother. Mm-hmm. So it's like. I gotta trust that you're gonna do the right thing, make the right medicine, make the right choices, so that it's life or death choices. I gotta give you everything that I know, the history, and then you gotta make a decision as far as terminating. Shout out to the team at Metro Health, Glickman Center for doing a wonderful job, keeping my mom comfortable and everything else like that. Shout out to because we don't shout out the nurses enough or doctors. And speaking of doctors, before I forget. Remember Dr. Amy Acton?
Yes.
She is bidding to run for governor of Ohio.
See?
What?
See?
This guy run up?
This is what I'm talking about.
DeWine, is it over with?
It's like the thing about it is like DeWine, I don't think he's going to be running for another term, but I think that his time is up.
But it shows that people are not, she's conscious. We need conscious leaders. We need a lot of conscious leaders in those high places. Man, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's actually running for governor of Ohio. Remember during the pandemic, her and Mike DeWine were, with the Board of Health and everything else like that, were making sure that we were safe inside, that we weren't sick, or whoever was sick, that was making sure that everything was doing. And then when things got a little bit better, then, the administration kicked her to the curb. So she is considering, and the thing about it is, if you remember Dr. Amy Acton, then you remember what she was doing pretty much for the culture of this pandemic in Ohio. So Dr. Acton is running for Ohio governor's position seat, and the governor seat has never been occupied by a woman ever in Ohio. She would be the first woman to do such.
That's
if she would have won. If she wins.
I'm hoping she has a good team behind her. I hope she has someone who's strong and see from all different perspectives. Like I say, 2020 was a rough one for me. Like you said, with healthcare, a lot of people didn't know what I had to deal with on the back end, but I'm just asking, and that's one of my things is asking for more people to get conscious within these positions.
Right.
Because like I say, when they said 2020, everybody couldn't go into hospitals, but I eventually was able to go when it was time to pull the plug. Like, it didn't make sense to me. I couldn't say goodbye, but I was okay going there and pull the plug.
You're talking about your mom, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like I tell people, I'm in this mindset where I don't care about the title. I care about who you are within that title, and put yourself in other people's shoes. Like, that's the biggest thing that has been for me. And then to know, like I tell people, they were only letting one person up at a time. And when I got up there, all the nurses, like the one nurse, he was giving me a hug because he knows me because my mom was frequently there. And he's like, I'm getting ready to go home for the day, but I'll be back in the morning. Like, why couldn't I do that? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just think about that. Like, I had to deal with this, and then family and friends and everybody said, well, Maya, it's the laws. But the nurse just told me he's going home. And they're going to the gas station because they got to get gas on their way home. And they got to go to the grocery store because they need food for their kids. What's the difference? So, like I tell people, I let everybody keep their opinion, but I just pray for more conscious individuals. I don't care about your position. I don't care about your degree. Mm-hmm. I don't care about any of that. I just care about how do you view your position? How are you educating yourself on a daily basis? Like, I have friends that's nurses they're literally educating themselves every day. It didn't stop at just college. They're educating themselves within the community. They're educating themselves outside of the community. You know, they're doing research. They're watching video. They're doing it all. So
Exactly.
I hope that if she gets this position, be the woman that you need to be in order to be the governor that everyone needs to see this from.
Right. Be the change that you once seen, pretty much. And I got to give a shout out to, and like I said, you know, anybody that's running for something right now, especially in the time where everybody thinks that this is going to be one of the most unstable presidencies ever since when Trump first got into office. And a lot of people, and before I go, at Jimmy Carter's funeral, a lot of people saw that former President Obama and President-elect Trump were talking in certain areas and everything, and a lot of people was calling Barack a sellout. Well, the thing about it is like he was being cordial at one of our leaders' homegoing services. That's not selling out.
It's not selling out.
That's being human and showing human compassion. Despite what Trump has said about, we know what he said about Obama. We know what he said about other people and things of that nature and everything else. We know what he said about this person, that person. We heard it. I reported it along with other people, with media and broadcast people. But one thing that we have to learn at the end of the day, no matter what we are, we're human. We get cold from the snow. We burn up from the heat. We suffer illnesses. We suffer sicknesses. No matter what you may think about the person or how wrong you may think about or Barack Obama saying anything. Like, the thing about it is like he's saying something at a funeral of the late Jimmy Carter, the 39th president of the United States of America. So calling it, like, going after him is stupid.
Yeah.
It's just plain. Y'all got something else better to do? Because y'all going, like, here's the thing. I'm not going to go after the man. I just said that, you know, just like, listen, I know if Michelle Obama was there, and we know how much President George W. Bush loves Michelle Obama. She probably be hugging that man's head right about now. He probably be sitting on her shoulder like, she's like, it's okay, baby. Like, that's like, you know, period, point blank. What y'all call that? I mean,
you got to remember that we're in the world, when it's all said and done, you think Jimmy Carter still remember he's a president?
No.
Okay, so live like that. So my thing is this, if Trump is in office and they feel that it's certain things that needs to be understood and needs to be had, how about all of them come together? And maybe it won't just be Trump being the president, it's the fact that he's being backed up with the experiences of everybody else and figuring out this didn't work, this did work. We know the history. We got to stop acting like our grandparents didn't tell us the truth.
Right.
We got to stop acting like that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we are here to build bridges. Stop burning them.
We are.
If not, the conversations won't change.
Right. We already got enough stuff. We already got enough shit burning in California with them for the damn wildfires. We might as well.
And that's what I'm saying.
We need to stop that.
And that's what I'm saying. So if you don't want another wildfire to come, please God with the truth. Please God with the truth. We already had Katrina Louisiana get flooded. We having the wildfires. It's cold as ever. If everybody don't adjust the temperatures within, we gonna burn. We gonna be done. We gonna burn with the fires of anger, or we gonna freeze with the fire. Yeah, and I'm not living like that. Because God didn't put me up here like God didn't put me in this earth like that. He didn't put me to be that.
So
I'm not gonna be that.
Shout out to everybody that's there.
And I thank you.
No problem. Thank you, Maya, for coming up here. Go
anytime.
Go Bucks on the 20th.
And before we leave,
yeah,
Coach Gann, he was at City Hall today getting his awards. My boys was talking about God and what God does for them. Keep the faith, man. If God ain't in it, we ain't gonna win it.
I'm seeing before we go, I'm seeing a lot of players, especially the Ohio State players, talking about, thank you, Jesus, like the African Americans and the other players, Will Howard, Travion Henderson, either guys from there, like, they talk about, God blessed us, even Texas, who lost.
Yes.
Shout out to Jack Sawyer for making that play.
Yes.
And talking about how blessed that they are to be playing college football. I don't think it's the NIL money either. I think it's just the simple fact of the matter is they're getting a chance to showcase their talents on a big stage. And they're having fun doing it. And I'm having fun watching them win. I know the Texas fans are not too happy right about now, but the SEC been, getting at us for years. It's time the Big Ten get something back. All right.
So, Ohio against everybody.
Exactly. All right. If nobody doesn't tell you that they love you today, I do. This is one of my mama's favorite songs. Shout out to my mama Anita France. Luther, Never Too Much.
Never too much.
We'll see you next week.
All right.
This is WNRV 108.1.
There's not a minute, hour, day, or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list, cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when